Guys, Scarlet Horse Race. I'm coming out of my little mini retirement to give you another video. And this one's talk about 2024 Travers Stakes. And I'm going to go over who I like and who I don't like and who I'll be picking at the end of this. And let's get right on into it. Start with the number one, Torpedo Anna. And it makes sense why this filly's there. I mean, she's got nothing more to prove against the female. She's won the Kentucky Oaks, won the Acorn, won the Coach Club American Oaks, and even Power Squeeze coming back to win the Alabama. I thought we flatter the former Torpedo Anna, as I think Power Squeeze is another solid filly, but on thoroughgraphs, Torpedo Anna fits. If you go by the buyer scale, she have to make it jump a little bit, but it makes sense. And even, getting second place money, I would have a good payout in this race as opposed to Alabama. So makes sense. Try to take a chance here, go for first or second place money, probably at worst what connection you're looking at. And, wind up potentially with a good grade one, race against the males in the resume. So I think Torpedo Anna is a contender, and she's one of the three that I really like in this race. And I'll be playing her with the horse I want to get right on into next, and that's Sierra Leone for a cold heart exacta. And if you've been watching Saratoga today, Chad Brown's horses have been fired on all cylinders. Raging C won the personal ensign, and Chad Brown had a 2-year-old, the first race of the card that won. And they had another horse that won in like the seventh or eighth race. But it seemed like everything that's coming out of Chad Brown's barn is firing right now. And I think as far as it turns of this race, Sierra Leone should get a good pace. There's plenty of speed sign on. You got Fierceness, Door Knock, Torpedo Anna, Batten Down, Unmatched Wisdom. Paper says this race is set up. I was a little disappointed, kind of, if you follow my Belmont videos, I really thought that was Sierra Leone's chance to, do something, get that grade one win, take over the division as, he should have won the Kentucky Derby, I thought, over Mystic Dan if, he could run straight and not take the scenic route. But it is what it is. But I'm going to say that Sierra Leone's going to get another second chance at that grade one win in this race. And being in Chad Brown's backyard, Sierra Leone's going to be a major contender for me. And the third horse is Unmatched Wisdom, and this horse is solid, especially on thoroughgraph where he fits right in. But I remember a few years back with horses like Connect, and there's another one that were kind of lightly raced and pointed to the Travers, and those horses didn't really do that much. So for me, I'm gonna try not to get suckered into a horse that is very lightly raced. I've seen Chad Brown do this move before, and those horses, some can front running the money. It can certainly get the super effective, but I'm going to take a stab against him. They can't play every horse in the field. So for me, being lightly raced and then, seeing how Torpedo Anna and Sierra Leone, performed over the racetrack, I'm going to give them two the, most likely shot. So for me, I respect Unmatched Wisdom. I'm going to play against them. And number four is my Corporate Power. And this is going to be my long shot play for trifecta and superfectas. And I want to say that again for trifecta and superfectas. This horse comes up and wins the race. It'll surprise me by a lot. Is I think this horse always comes trying at the end, but I think he's kind of a little goofy when he gets like I remember watching him breaking his maiden at Gulfstream, watching it live, and it just seemed like it took forever for the horse to get to the wire. And even though Batten Down just came back to be solid out of that race, it just looked ugly. And then the Sir Bart was kind of the same thing. Like it just seemed like it wasn't going to get there, and then finally he eventually got there at the end. So for me, I think these horses are a lot better than what he's been facing. But I think Shub McGay is good about, sneakily getting horses pointed for a race. And if he could snatch up and get third or fourth, I think it's going to do really good for your tries and supers. And you got to try to start, finding value somewhere. So for me, I think with the pace setup and the run style, I think Corporate Power has a chance to surprise a little bit of a price. And number five is me Batten Down. And even though Batten Down won the Ohio Derby and got third in the Jim Danny, which I thought he ran a solid third, I just think the water is going to get deeper here. The distance is going to be longer. He likes running the front end, and I don't think the pace is going to be good for him. So for me, I'm going to stay away from Batten Down. The number six is Anna Marie. The horse is going to get blinkers for this race. The horse always comes with a run, but I'm not sure. Ever since basically last year, the horse hasn't won as a 3-year-old, so I don't think now it's going to be the time where he turns the corner on that. But certainly one if you want to play in third or fourth place, I can see getting up there at some generous odds. And he picks up the services of Gaff Leone, but not for me for one spot. And the number seven horse, Door Knock, and this horse on the Belmont, he was the one that messed up my tickets. I had Sierra Leone and everything. I know the Haskell's a grade one, but I kind of thought other than mind frame, it was a really weak field. And if you look at the Haskell, it kind of favors horses that have came out of the Derby. So I thought the Haskell was another race could have went really had everything go Door Knock's way, kind of from a historical standpoint. I think the water is going to get deeper here, and Sierra Leone ran a faster third draft for the Belmont. I think the pace can be more against Dornoch and for Sierra Leone. So for that reason, I'm going to play against Dornoch. But you do got to respect the two Grade 1 wins. And that brings me to number 8, Fierceness. And if Fierceness can run his A race, everybody else is running for second. The problem is this is the race where if you stick to history, where he's due not to run as good a race. And I got suckered into that at Kentucky Derby. I thought that he had a chance to maybe regress and win. And after the Derby, I said, never again. Well, I'm going to respect the pattern until he breaks it different. And I said, you can respect it if he runs that A race, he's going to win the race. But, history said, 3 different occasions he's ran the next race and got, bad efforts in all of them. So for me, I'm going to play against Fierceness. And my bets is going to be Torpedo Anna, Sierra Leone, kind of that direction. I'm thinking exactly between the two of them, then maybe put like Corporate Power in third. I'll probably put Fierceness get third or fourth. Something tells me he's not going to run just a awful effort. I think he'll look back and he'll be solid. And I think come Breeders' Cup time with Fierceness get back on a good effort. And, seeing how the older horses I don't think are top quality, I think uh, a good Fierceness could potentially do some damage in the Breeders' Cup. Uh, but that's my picks for this race. And thank y'all for watching. Plenty more to come.